Restoring watersheds, we started doing that 25, 30 years ago in the Bay Area as an important thing to do for the sake of nature. But now it's a nature-based solution for climate change. My work is reducing pollution to our creeks and to our bay. We're trying to imitate nature through human invention. For me, actually, creeks have always been a teacher. The boundary of the creek to the edge of the water here is so rich. We forget, because we live in these big cities that don't have enough nature in their midst, that this is important to maintain or restore because it's so nourishing. Go to New Jersey, just outside New York, not a very attractive community, but behind our backyard, down in the woods, was this wonderful Greenbelt, it was called. And I'd love to play in the creek. It was a real playground for the imagination. The riparian zone around the creek was so alive. Place-based cultures were always what shaped our world. And we lost that with industrialization. We'd gone through all this urbanization in the Bay Area and ignored our creeks and covered them up. And when I went to grad school, I said, I'm going to really work on being an environmental planner that seeks to reconnect people to nature. Disadvantaged communities get the brunt of climate change. It's that they are closer to the bay, they're closer to the industry, more air pollution, rising sea level, lack of trees. It was part of the inherent racism in our country that's put people of color near industry.
North Richmond being adjacent to the Chevron refinery, to a chemical plant, to the Richmond Parkway with diesel trucks, has been on the front lines of policies where pollution impacts local residents.
A community that grows up and is near a watershed that is polluted and dirty and contaminated, it's just the sense of not having a place that is special to grow up in.
Resiliency involves dealing with the injustices of the past.
Originally, this was a concrete channel by the Army Corps of Engineers, and a group of local activists got together and said, no, this shouldn't be a typical flood control channel. Why should a community like North Richmond, why should a poor community, be subject to having a creek being put in a concrete ditch? So they worked hard and created the first environmentally centered flood control channel in the country, frankly. Any change in the environment takes a long time. It requires people working together. In the case of North Richmond, it meant finding and working with all the groups that are trying to make North Richmond a better place.
How can we integrate nature into the built environment in a way where people can have not only a place to play or connect or like kind of place building, like community building, but also start helping nature like do this work?
Right over there is a drop inlet. Where it gets too high, it drops into that. Like any green infrastructure functions like an engineered wetland. Biomimicry in action. Whether it's through green infrastructure, whether it's through new parks, whether it's through street trees, small bits of nature can mean a lot. All along here, what we're seeing in this direction is the rain garden.
The North Richmond Watershed Connections Project not only connects Wildcat Creek to San Pablo Creek, but it also connects the community to the farm. The Watersheds program has been in existence for 5 or 6 years now. The young people who come through that program receive training and education about the watersheds in the area.
They're actually going to have their own watersheds classroom early spring of next year, March through April.
I have found nowhere else in the county that there's a community so engaged and so willing to do what it takes to make the community a better place.
The one thing about being in county government is that there's a lot of really good, well-meaning people who are often boxed in by how things have always been done and by bureaucracy. Then there are those individuals like John who understand that you have to break out of the mold of how things were done.
This community has benefited from John's spirit of collaboration and wanting to bring people together, and his love for environmental justice, equity, community, and health.
Nature doesn't get pessimistic and say, I'm not going to work anymore. If you base a solution on nature, it will change your own basis of living. If you engage nature, it will engage you. I'm really touched by receiving this award, honored by it. Actually, I didn't realize just how much it would mean, because it was an affirmation. And I'm not a person who wanted to be known this way, but it's just the fact of having affirmation for the value of the work that I do in the world, and how it contributes to the value of this place that we love and live in. That makes it, helps to keep it as, my work is all about helping to keep this a special place, to restore and keep it a special place. So to see that and to have this kind of commitment is really confirmation, such an honor. I think the principles of bringing nature back into the city here are something that goes beyond. I want to really make special tribute, first off, to my friends and my colleagues here, who many of whom are here. They have not been close friends, but they've been my teachers over the years. And so I want to honor them. I also want to honor my partner, Mara, and all the friends who've come here tonight. And I also want to pay special tribute to my mentors who are no longer here, who have shaped who I am. My uncle Hewlett Hornbeck, who was former chief of land acquisition for the East Bay Regional Park District, and Carl Lynn, who was one of the first people in this nation who did community design. And they really helped to teach me what the value of bringing nature back in the city for all of us.
Any of you, or really all of you in this room, have had a part in it. So if you're an alumni of Greenbelt Alliance, if you work for Greenbelt Alliance, if you're a former member of the board of Greenbelt Alliance, if you're a partner, government staff, a donor, you have made a difference in making this amazing Bay Area that we have today, which in this particular venue, we can particularly enjoy. So we're very happy to have a beautiful day where we can see so much of the Bay Area, so many of the incredible open spaces that we protected, and also vibrant, affordable, and not affordable, neighborhoods that we really love in this region. So I just want to appreciate everyone here, and particularly if you're a current board member or staff member, please raise your hand. We particularly appreciate you.